Biodiversity is obviously very critical to any country, and indeed for us too, it is very, very critical. And as highlighted by Mr. Bukhanov, that globalization has meant that species actually can be very easily transported and become alien species in indigenous environments. The couple of points I'd like to make, of course, is that the movement of species has been carried out unchecked for a number of years in many countries. I mean, through colonization, we had the arrival of the Girmitias in Fiji, the celebration on this Monday, or at least the commemoration of it. When they were brought to Fiji, they did not like snakes. They had to work in the fields. So in order to get rid of snakes, they brought mongooses into Fiji from India. When they discovered that when they planted cane, they did not like the insects that were there, so they brought in cane toads, I think, from West Indies. So we are today treating perhaps those elements into our biodiversity as perhaps local, but in fact they're not. And of course, in many countries, Australia has had rabbits brought in from UK when the white settlers came to Australia. So there's, of course, that sort of cross-pollination has taken place across many jurisdictions. But of course, now, given the fact that our knowledge levels have increased, and we also know the devastation it can actually cause, is very, very important for us to be able to address that. And we are glad that we're here today with the assistance of Jeff, that Fiji's been able to access these funds, and that will of course go not only towards the direct eradication of species such as the giant iguana that at the moment is primarily focused on the northeast of the Fijian Islands. But at the same time, can you imagine if we had some of the giant iguanas sort of swimming around Denarau, what it would do to the tourism industry, where the bulk of the hotels are. So I think we need to be able to be aware of the enormity of the impact of such species, not just in those sort of direct terms, but also in terms of the integrity of our biodiversity. The Fijian Constitution, ladies and gentlemen, makes it mandatory on the government to ensure that the environment is protected, not only for us, but also for the future generations. And therefore, we have to be creative, innovative, and be able to partner with all the respective stakeholders to be able to ensure that we are able to protect our environment for the future generation. And it's very critical to do so. As we can see, our inability to do so as a global community has led to many devastations of many biodiversities, whether it's in the sea, whether it's also on land. And it is very critical. I think, as has been highlighted earlier on, that there will also be some institutional strengthening, in-house capacity that needs to be built within BAF. And of course, the Biosecurity Authority of Fiji has a lot of work on its hands, and I'd like to thank the acting CEO and his team for the work that they're doing. We, of course, need to inject a lot more resources into that organization, and to be able to ensure that they work very well with all the other stakeholders. I mean, we have to also ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that the enforcement of the laws, laws are nice, but you have to be able to enforce the laws. You need to be able to have the resources to be able to enforce the laws. So we can come to signing ceremonies and we can put up laws in Parliament and have it approved. We need to ensure that we put enough financial resources behind it for the laws to be enforced. And therefore, for example, the Ministry of Environment is also critically important in that respect. We also need to, as Fijian citizens, need to be able to understand that we are at the forefront of ensuring that those enforcements are actually in place. Because sometimes we are the first ones who actually want to breach it. I've heard many stories of people saying, I liked this nice flower when I went to New Zealand, and I wrapped it up in a tissue and brought the seeds over. People do not know the ramifications of what they are doing. So I think that is very important for us to be able to understand that we do that. We've had people, for example, at border control previously turn the other way when people have brought in species into the country. Whether it's corruption, whether it's because they know the person, whatever it is, the fact of the matter is it needs to stop. And this is a commitment by government to ensure that we protect the biodiversity, because as we've seen, communities, countries that actually do protect that, they reap many rewards in subsequent years. So thank you once again to the UNDP for this partnership, and thank you to, of course, the PS for environment and all the other stakeholders, and we look forward to ensuring that we have practical implementation of this, and you can be rest assured that the funds will be used for the specific purpose for which we've asked them for. Thank you very much.